Hey guys, welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And we are going to be doing the Hall of Heroes. Here it is Natalie, the Light Assassin. And we're just going to talk about how to rune her, where she's best used, what her best compositions are. And we're going to be doing the actual dungeon itself. And let's just get right into it. All right, so I just like to mess around with the first couple rounds because they're pretty easy. You can pretty much just fly through them. Some of you may have troubles with the first couple rounds, but it's really just using any of the best monsters that you have, the best ones that are ruined, and just to throw them all out there. Even if you need to manual the first couple stages here, you know, do what you got to do. But as long as you are able to pass stage 1 and stage 2, you get the monster. So Contest did make it really nice in that respect to be able to get the monsters. But ooh, look at that, a Tian Lang at stage at the middle boss stage, the mini boss stage. That's pretty cool to see. I do apologize though for a little bit of the lag because for those of you that were following along, I don't have my computer just yet. It's going to take a little bit longer for me to get it back, probably another week and a half, unfortunately. But it's an expensive fix too. It's like my my CPU, my processor, and my motherboard both went out on my original computer. So like I'm just using my laptop here. This layout that you see around me, I didn't have it on this computer, so I had to like steal it from my own video and gonna copyright sue myself with it, but no, I'm just kidding. So anyway, though, we have the second stage here, B2 for Natalie HOH. I am running the Quintuple Zaiross just for funsies because, again, like I said, there's no real reason for me to like take it super seriously. As you saw, the first one was 37 seconds or something like that. So we're just going to use Zairosses until they get as far as possible because it's fun. And once it gets through, starts getting a little bit more difficult, we'll switch to a different comp. It is nice though that you're able to land dots on the boss. Most of the time you can't land dots on the boss, but in the HOH you can. So let's talk about her skills though as we get into B4. So as we get into B4, the Natalie is like almost a clone of Stella, the blue one, right? The water one. So she's almost a clone as far as her first and second skill. They're exactly the same. The only difference between the two of them on the first and second skill is obviously their attribute. So Natalie is light attribute, Stella is water attribute. And the only difference aside from that is the third skill. So with Natalie, you have this really cool, unique skill that silences the monsters. The one that it's attacking, it silences for sure, 100%. If you kill that monster that you're attacking with that third skill from Natalie, it'll actually silence all the other monsters as an AoE, which is super cool, I think. Not a lot of monsters have that silence effect, so to have it on a free monster like this is kind of nice. So if you don't have Triton, if you don't have Poseidon, I think is the other one that has it, and there's a couple others, but I mean this is a nice alternative, right? It's an AoE. As long as you kill the first one, you're able to get that full team silence. So not a bad monster. Also on that note with the different types of skills, I think it's also nice that she has defense break on skill 1 and then branding on skill 2. So branding's another rare debuff. I don't think there's a lot of monsters that have branding. So to have defense break, branding, and silence all on one monster is very unique. I don't think there's any other monster in the game that has all those 3 skills all wrapped up in one little cute little bundle like Natalie has. So it is a decent monster. I would recommend to everybody to farm at least one. If you have a Stella, I would farm as many as you possibly can. Get up to the highest stage you possibly can and farm as many as you can because it's always nice to have skill ups for Stella She's really the only other usable one right now, I would say. So as far as assassins go, Stella's still the best one. Dark is kind of nice. It does a lot of damage. I bet you this light one will do a lot of damage as well. I haven't play tested with it, but I probably will do some damage testing with Natalie because I'm sure she's going to be doing a lot of damage. But let's talk about where she's useful at. So I would say she's probably useful in like Guild Wars, niche Guild Wars. I wouldn't say like all Guild Wars, but like Guild War offense. I wouldn't put her on Guild War defense. I'd mainly use her on Guild War offense, and then like protect her somehow with either like healing, maybe a Chasoon, maybe an Orion, or something like that, where she has enough sustainability where she's not gonna like be a glass cannon, right? She kind of is a glass cannon, but don't want to make her such a glass cannon. You know who I thought it would be nice pairing her with was Pung Bake though. So say you're running like a Pung Bake Galleon Natalie team. So you have Galleon go. Obviously have everybody on like shield and will, or everybody on will and then have one shield set in there. Looks like my Zaiross died, but yeah, so have like one shield set and then everybody else on will. So that way, if you get outsped, you're most likely not going to die. But on some cases, some Guild War defenses, you can have, you know, don't fight the ones with the buff stripper in that situation. Like don't fight the Juno, but nobody really puts Juno on Guild War defense anyway. So you should be in the clear. But like, so imagine Galleon goes and then Pung Bake goes. Kills one person, does a whole bunch of damage to everybody else, and that leaves some other monster. I'm sure some other monster is going to be like ready for pickings for Natalie to come in, kill that monster, and then the other monster that's left has a silence on it. So like boom, boom, everybody's done, right? I thought that was going to be like the best option. So looks like we lost. Natalie took us over with the quintuple Zaiross, excuse me. Quintuple Zaiross is out. So I'm going to switch it up though. I'm going to put in a couple different monsters here. Let me see if I can find the right Zaiross. All right, so I'm going to change up the team just slightly. I'm going to keep 2 Zairosses in there. I'm also going to throw Varad in there and then Chasoon and Frigate. I think that'll be still a good option. I don't see us losing too much, but I could be completely wrong, but at least I have a little sustainability, some attack power boosts, some defense breaks, and then some CC as well for everybody. And then also just the skill cooldown reduction from Frigate being so overpowered with that. But we should be good to go on stage 5 now. We'll just keep letting it auto and then get back into the discussion of Natalie and where she might be useful. So we already talked about where she's useful in Guild Wars. I think it'd be really cool to pair her with the Pung Bake just to see. I think that would be fun to like see the two combined together. I also think that she could be viable in certain dungeons. Maybe not as viable as Stella is because Stella brings that attack bar reduction that Natalie doesn't. So I still think that Stella is like the better option out of the two for sure, 100%. Although Natalie could be, I don't even think she's like a second best, but she could be like a little bit of an alternative instead. So she brings the defense break, she brings the branding, that's about it. She brings a silence, it doesn't matter on the boss. The boss is gonna, you know, it doesn't really use skills anyway for the most part. Like it does, but it's not like game changing where, oh, I silence the boss, he's not gonna be able to kill me. So he's still gonna kill you. Even in Dragons B10, Giants B10, of course, he's still gonna revenge and kill you. So I wouldn't say like she's the best dungeon running monster. Definitely not good for Necro. Like she's out of the question for Necro. Not good at all in Necro. Don't use her. Don't try her in Necro. I wouldn't say I'd use her in. I don't think I'd use her in HOH. I don't think I'd use her in TOA. I don't think I would use her really anywhere. Yeah, she's a little niche monster. She's a little niche monster. That's about it. I'd say that's the main thing. Kind of like super niche, really. Really niche. I don't know how much more I can emphasize it, but she's a really niche monster. Yeah, really niche. I would say Guild Wars, man, that's about it. Okay. RTA. I could see her used RTA very, very rarely, like super niche. Like if you're obviously if you're not like G3, like you're not gonna see Natalie in like G3, G2 arena. Maybe, who knows? You never know what crazy people might do, but you're typically not gonna see that happen. So if you're starting out though, like if you're just wanting to like have some fun in RTA and you don't have Stella, Natalie's your best rune monster because you use her in like Giants B10 or something, then yeah, sure, I could see her being used in RTA, but really not super viable. So I'd be just a little careful with that. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't really want to use her in RTA, but she could be viable there. The main thing is Guild Wars, Guild War offense. That's like the main thing, and Stella skill ups. That's about it. So yeah, I mean that's my take on Natalie. She's okay. I would run her, since we're using her primarily Guild War offense, I would run her with attack, crit damage, attack, violent will, or even rage will. Something like that. She doesn't need to be super fast. She doesn't need to be like the crazy fastest monster out there. None of her skills scale off of speed like Stella, so she can just go full on attack mode and be perfectly fine. I think I might lose this, so I might have to switch up again. But yeah, I would say attack or damage attack. If you can't get like at least 50 speed from your substats, go with speed slot 2 and then try to get enough attack percent subs. And then maybe even do crit rate slot 4 if you can't get enough crit rate with crit damage slot 4. So as long as you have like at least 70%, like at least 70%, anything below that, try to like, I would switch to crit rate slot 4 instead, because it's just not worth the time that you're going to be spending not critting. It's just not going to be fun. So I'd rather 100% crit with a little bit less damage than 50% crit and then not crit like when you're really needing to crit. So the consistency I think is more key than anything else. Aside from that, what else I want to talk about? Oh, I was saw all these memes like saying that what was it, Tableau or Iris was going to be the light HOH. I thought that was funny. I thought that was super amusing because they got nerfed so hard. Like, they're so bad now that they can be the next HOH monster. I thought that was hilarious. Those made me laugh for sure. As far as like the strategy though for the HOH, that's like the last thing we'll talk about. Just treat it like TOA hard. I would say treat it like TOA hard. That's pretty much what I do. I don't really use Veligible in TOA hard, but I figured just to avoid the bombs, just to be a little safer, I would use Vela. But I probably will switch it out. I'll probably go more CC. I might put in Jamire and then maybe what's that dark elephant name? That guy, the dark elephant. Yeah, it's not Basalt. I was gonna say Bastet, but it's Basalt. Yeah, so I would say like Basalt is good, and just try to like CC everything, just like TOA hard. That's really your strategy. Pretty easy. That's how I mostly strategize against any HOH. So yeah, I mean, anyway, this is like going to be pretty boring for the rest of this time. So I think I'll actually just stop the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. Also subscribe because it helps me out. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, I think it's fun. So thanks so much for watching and stay soupy as always. And I'll see you guys next. Oh, wait. Before you go, stop. So real quick, I forgot. I did have a super cool announcement on my vlog channel. So definitely go check that out. It does have to do with Summoner's War. So if you guys don't like my vlog channel, that's fine. But there is something cool that I say to my vlog viewers exclusively. So if you guys want like exclusive behind the scenes things that are coming out soon, like that's the channel to follow. Definitely subscribe to it because it makes my wife happy, and happy wife equals more time to do videos for you guys. So definitely make sure you guys subscribe to that channel. That's the only channel that she really like watches the sub count on, and it makes her happy, like I said. So definitely subscribe to that. But there's a super cool announcement. It's in the latest video. You can't miss it. It's like super clickbait. So go check that out. subscribe to the channel, and then yeah, that's about all I wanted to say. The link will be in the description below. It'll also be now in my featured channel list to the right hand side of your screen. And aside from that, I think we're good now. Definitely appreciate you guys watching again. Stay soupy. Be safe in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, all those crazy states right now. I love you guys so much. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.